What's up, everybody? How's it going? Myself,
Hello there.
Kermit,
Yeah.
here with Benny, hanging out. We are ready to go for another State of the Farm stream. Thanks to everyone for joining us. We're going to start with just a brief chat about the state of the community, but you saw in the intro graphic there, we're going to talk about the Highlands Fishing announcement that we have put out recently and the footage that was shown at FarmCon. We'll recap some of that. We'll talk about the state of the community and more. We also have the cultivators announcements today. And this will be the second State of the Farm stream that we've done. So some of your favorite segments are returning as well. Community art, mod spotlight, machine guesser. Later on, we'll be doing the machine guesser and giving away 3 copies of Plains and Prairies on Twitch only. Unfortunately, we have to do it that way because we have to be able to whisper someone and get in touch with them about their winning. So if you're on Twitch, make sure you enable whispers to be open if you want to participate. Benny, man, it's been a minute,
thanks
man.
for
It's been a while
time,
since we've been together here, right? We had the
nice double-timed intro, I would say.
Yeah.
It has been some time. Last community stream was around April, May, I would say.
Yeah, April, yep.
But here we are back. Of course, we always have some other streams, announcement streams, when there is something new or new things in the game we have to talk about. Then there's obviously more. But today it's a community stream, so we celebrate with you Farming Simulator, what's going on in the community, what have we announced, what will we announce, whatever.
Right.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm great, man. You've been busy. So you did FarmCon this year. This was the first year that I've been at Giants where I wasn't sent over, but I have so many events going on here in the US as well as other duties too. So it's been a crazy year, but we're going to talk a little bit, if you want to talk now a little bit about FarmCon and how it went for the community, feel free.
Yes, for me it was my first FarmCon, and so very special thing. We had our FarmCon in Kundl, Austria, near all the mountains and this cool looking area. This landscape was impressive around Lindner, who was the company behind the location, Lindner Tractors. And we had a great time. Like, everyone I met there had a great time, and they all told me it was nice to be here. They had a lot of fun. We had so many options at the venue, tractor driving. You could climb in every tractor that stands around on the whole area, and so there were so many options to get a feeling of how Lindner is working. And of course, we had some cool announcements with Highlands Fishing. We earlier had this video about it with Martin together, but at FarmCon we could share some more infos around Kinlek, the new map, and the Highlands Fishing expansion gameplay, and of course aquaculture, fish farming, onions, and more.
Yeah, so the location was pretty picturesque as well, I hear, in Tyrol in Austria. So great place for a FarmCon. I'm sure that those who went had a great time. I heard a lot of good things from those that spoke to me about their time there. So it's really awesome to hear that. Since the last community stream as well, Benny, we've had Plains and Prairies come out. I think that we talked about it just a little bit. We also did the Plains and Prairies stream, of course, right after launch. But for me, I've gotten some pretty good feedback from the North American community. I think that was to be expected with this DLC. It's aimed kind of at that audience or those that like that play style in Farming Simulator. So it was a pretty big hit over here. I think that over your way, maybe they're kind of waiting for later on in the year, aren't they, for what's coming next?
I think so. We don't know what's coming next, but as I can say, Plains and Prairies was obviously more US, Northern America focused, and so some of the European communities told me, it's nothing what I expected to have, but I think we will have more for the European community later. I mean, the expansion takes place in the UK, but I would sort to Europe as well. But there will be more on that later, maybe later. But yeah, I think it was like a mixed feedback on that, and I totally agree with a lot of European people that Versatile is not their brand or other brands, but in the end we want to have like a experience of farming worldwide, and that means that not every pack can be written or like scripted for something like only the European or the German market, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, that's the reason why we have different things. I mean, Nexat was also a machine from Germany, so yeah. But in the end, we want to make sure that everyone is represented and everyone has their equipment they know from home or from where they're coming from or what they love in our game. And so we need to find every time a good package for you guys out there.
Yeah, well said. So also, I see a lot of questions in chat being put in there right now. Just as a reminder, everyone, we have a questions section at the end, so best to save your questions for when we do that at the end of the stream. Otherwise, it's just going to get ignored for now because we have our other segments to get through for now. We've got to stay on track to keep the time, keep us on time. So,
maybe before we go to the next topic or something, I just want to mention FarmCon. Thanks to everybody attending there. It was great to meet you all there. You had the opportunity to talk to us, and this is something very special in gaming communities, that there are events like the FarmCon where everyone can meet and have hands-on, like the simulation, realistic part of tractors as well. And so I really appreciate you being there, and I hope I can see everyone else on the next FarmCons. But there are no more infos yet for the next FarmCon, so you have to wait for that, but there will come more.
Yeah, so the stream will go for about an hour in case you're wondering. So we'll have the questions towards the end. So about 50 minutes or so from now, we should be wrapping up with the questions already and getting ready for the end of the stream. All right, Benny, I think that's it for State of the Community, right? And one of the things we talked about last time in the State of the Community, and it had its own segment, was the Cultivator Program, which was a new program that we announced earlier this year. We put applications out, and over the last couple of months, we received close to 400 applications out there from all of you. And Benny and I went through each one, and we have a list of the first cultivators to announce.
Right.
First and foremost, if you're here and you're hoping to hear your name called, and it's not, you will receive an email. Everyone that applied will hear from us whether you get accepted or not. And we also want to reiterate, Benny, that this is just the beginning of the program. We plan to add more cultivators over time. Our focus early on here was really with cultivators that are able and willing to help us organize events in their local area. So if you filled out an application and you said no for events, or you said maybe, you may have been skipped this time. That doesn't mean that you were rejected, however, and we may come back to you later on. I'm pretty happy, Benny, I don't know about you, about this first group. I feel like we've covered a decent bit of the globe.
Yeah.
There's some huge gaps, of course, still, but we've been able to cover places that I really wouldn't have pictured possible going into it. So should we just start announcing people? Is that how we should do this now?
Yeah, I think you wrapped it up, and let's announce the first cultivators. Just for your information, we will have a cultivator section on our own, on our official Discord server, but you can see those cultivators in the Discord server tomorrow, because then we will put them there as well. And yeah, let's start announcing them, right, Kermit?
Yeah.
So this is the first row, as Kermit mentioned. You can still apply and still show that you're here and you want to be part of the community cultivators.
Yeah, so I'll get us started, and we'll alternate, I think, going on. So starting with Gamer Designs, who is located in Alabama in the USA. Congratulations.
Next one is Farmer Klein from Virginia, also from the States.
Yep. The first few are from the U.S.
Okay,
got
perfect.
a huge continent to cover over here. We still have some gaps that we couldn't get filled, so if you're out there, you're interested, it could be your choice. Farmer Cop in eastern Washington State, so west coast of the U.S., but eastern part of the state. He is one of our cultivators as well.
And the next one is Galobiani, close to Houston, Texas. So there's also someone from Texas.
Love it. You got to have someone from Texas. Now we're going complete opposite side of the globe from the U.S., and Argsy Gaming in New Zealand is going to be...
That's so nice that... Yeah.
This guy's
so
awesome.
nice that we have someone there.
Yeah, I mean, all of these people are awesome, but to have Argsy be able to meet him at FarmCon over the last couple of years, also the Case event, him traveling from New Zealand, pretty awesome. So awesome to have his help.
Yeah, the next one is Driver 53, and he's near St. Louis. So back to the US.
Well done. Yeah, well done on the St. Louis pronunciation, Benny, I have to say.
Really?
Yeah, someone, I was afraid you were going to go St. Louis there,
Okay.
which is fine. It's a nickname, but yeah. We also have Connect Modding, Luis and his other cohorts at Connect Modding in Brazil. So they have a large portion of Brazil covered combined with the entire group. So they've already been doing some cool stuff. Of course, they're making mods for Farming Simulator, but they also host events throughout Brazil already, more on like the corporate side. So I'm excited to see like the community type events that can happen in Brazil as well.
Yeah, next one is Ultrasaurus. She's from Canada, and you may know her from Twitch or YouTube, right? I've met her at TwitchCon the first time this year. Really random. We didn't know either that we are there, but it was nice meeting her.
That's
so
awesome.
yeah, Ultrasaurus, really nice to have you in our group of cultivators.
So Ultrasaurus in the Pacific Northwest, probably combining efforts a little bit with Farmer Cop here and there on events in the Pacific Northwest. So if you're located in that area, there you go. Next, we have a former ambassador, now a cultivator, Barba Niegra. So represents the Romanian community, but lives in Spain near Barcelona. So kind of a 2-for-1 deal there. Looking forward to that one. I think this next person is in chat for sure. I saw him ask how they entered the giveaway earlier.
Drumsticks. Joe's from the Netherlands. I've already met him at the TwitchCon as well, but also at the FarmCon this year. He's always there, and Jos, we have to do our next ENIAC race through Riverbend Springs. Nobody knows now what we did, but yeah. So we had some time before preparing the venue, or in the end of TwitchCon, and then we made this race with the Skoda ENIAC on the map. But yeah, it's nice to have you here.
Another former ambassador, now cultivator, DJ Merlin in Sweden. So congratulations, Merlin. Looking forward to seeing some meetups happen in Sweden as well.
Yeah, next one is very different. K-State, Amy the Shaw. He's from Thailand, province Isan. So this is something special, someone from East Asia. And we're really looking forward to see what's going on there and if he can connect with people around this part of Thailand. And yeah.
Yeah, he is from the US originally and moved over there to help them learn like American farming methods. So he's helping them do dairy farming in that area of Thailand. Really looking forward to seeing what comes out of that group there. And let's move on now to our next cultivator.
It's your time.
Oh, it is my turn. It's Arda. It's Arda KRKZ from Turkey. Congratulations, Arda.
And the next one is Jazz King XL from Spain, Malaga. So southern Spain, right?
Perfect.
Yeah.
So there's 2 in Spain now. We're covering a good bit of that country. Nice. XR Renegade in Ohio in the US is a cultivator as well. Congrats, XR.
And the next one is...
You can just say Derp.
Hard.
You can just say Derp.
Derp Black Till. It sounds like a dinosaur, south of England. Yeah. I think it's the first one we announced from UK, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, next one is Gamekeepers and Cinesec 11 from Prague in the Czech Republic.
They're the same person. Sorry, I wrote it wrong.
All good, man.
So Gamekeepers, I think he's the biggest creator from Czech Republic, and he will joined by Chose. He's also from Czech Republic, and they're quite near to Prague. I will meet them at Gamescom as well, so looking forward to that.
Nice. Mateo from SMI Modding, and I saw some SMI Modding people in chat, and also some love for SMI Modding in chat. Located near Venice in Italy, congratulations to Mateo and SMI Modding.
The next ones are Valencia and her moderator Jan. They are from Germany, so more the western part, and they already hosted some meetups during FarmCon, and they were in the same spot where we had dinner with the whole team. So I saw them, I didn't know who was it, and later we spoke at the venue together, and yeah, so I'm pretty sure we will have some meetups in Germany.
Nice.
I want to say that these are the first two we announced from Germany. We're still looking for more Germans because our country is also very big in comprehension to how many people from the community we have here. So there are some applicants we're still looking at, but if you think you can do it and you're from Germany, ihr könnt euch gerne bewerben. So that's it.
I'm glad you did that and not me. All right. Next up is Mefakri, Matthias from Denmark, another ambassador now turned cultivator. Congratulations.
And as well, old ambassador Giuseppe Pepe from Palermo, Italy. But he already told me that he may do his Spaniard meetups in the future more in the northern part because there's more going on. So the second one from Italy.
Cool. I've also seen some love for Zyro in chat, who is our next one from Le Mans in France. So congratulations.
And the next one is the Farm Sim guy from Scotland. You might know him from YouTube or wherever. He's also on board.
Next up, Farmulator Gaming in Wisconsin of the US.
Right. And Ola Haldor from Norway. Also someone from the northern part of Europe.
So that's our list. Just over 20 or so, close to 25, I think, that we announced today. But we want to reiterate, especially right now, if you have cool ideas for community meetups in your area, and we want to make it clear, we're not looking for something extravagant. Like, you can come up with any idea you want. If you want it to be simple, if you want it to be extravagant, make it whatever you want. But we're really just looking for people in their local area to find a place to get Farm Sim fans gathered together and have a good time, because we know how much the game means to you. And Benny and I have the pleasure of working this job of being able to travel around and go to gaming conventions and the like. And we know the value of being in person, talking to someone that loves our game. Like, online is great and everything, but there's just something different about when you're talking face to face with someone. So we kind of want you guys to have that same experience in a way where you gather together. And we know it's not possible for everyone to make FarmCon from around the world, things like that, as much as we would like to see everyone there. So this is kind of a way to bridge that gap and find a way to gather in small groups in your local area. So if you have some cool ideas for your area, you know best what's fit, you know more than we do about your area, definitely go to the website. You can still apply for the Cultivator program. Put an application in with as much information as you can about these events. And then also beyond that, into the future, we're probably talking maybe early next year. We also want to add cultivators from other areas too, and it won't just be focused on these in-person events. We also want to get people that are running like online forums or Facebook groups or whatever it may be that you're doing that's cool and unique and provides value to the Farm Sim community. We'll be looking for more cultivators in the future as well in that aspect.
We should still mention that the cultivators will give us feedback, and we will speak to those guys in a regular
regular intervals,
I don't know.
Every couple of months or so.
So we will get feedback from them and from their communities out there. So it's easier for like a Luis from Connect Modding to engage with the Brazilian company than for me or Kermit, because nobody of us is speaking Portuguese. But that's also a point about the cultivators, that they can feedback us what's good in the game, what's bad, what they want to see in the game or whatever. So this is also a big part of the cultivators program. So it's not only the Barnyard meetups, the meetup we will see in the future, but also getting feedback from the community and bring it to us.
Perfect. All right, guys, I think that's it for our cultivator section. Just make sure you go and apply if you would like to do so. And now it's time for us to move on. And Benny, this is maybe what I think most people have probably already seen what we're going to show, but maybe there's some of them out there that have not yet seen the footage from FarmCon that will be seeing it for the first time. But I've already seen people in chat like show some gameplay, so we better give them what they want, right? So we're gonna show now. Here you go.
We will have a look on the gameplay. Stefan and Manu showed at FarmCon, and what we also showed at the pre-video on YouTube. But yeah, Highlands Fishing is our expansion for 2025, and we will go have a look on a Scottish-based map called Kinleg with some new cool features. And here you see the preparation of a field for onions.
Nice.
If I'm right.
One of the new crops. You are correct. You are correct. You're hiding it, but it's onions for sure. So yeah, this comes out November 4th for PC and console. Everywhere that Farming Simulator 25 was released, this will be available as well. We're adding aquaculture, some new machines, some new crops, some new gameplay. Yeah, it's really cool, I think, to see like a new mechanic added in. I know there's a lot of people that still have questions about the aquaculture and the fishing and things like that that'll be added in the game, but we don't have anything new to share with you guys yet at this point. But we're, a couple of months away. Gamescom is just a few weeks away, and I'm sure that more stuff will be coming out around Gamescom as well. Is there anything you want me to like skim ahead in this video?
If you go back for a second, you can say it, see it when we harvest the onions. But first of all, you create those onions in rows. And if you skip back to the fertilization, or speak forward, then you can see those rows. This was something people really liked about seeing that with onions coming. So yeah, and same here. If you harvest them and collect them, then you put them in the rows again.
Cool.
And of course, something to mention here, we saw already 2 JCBs. This is obviously a brand, a perfect fit for the UK, I would say. We made sure that JCB is coming with more machines into the game. And something also mentioned, Highlands Fishing is also available as an addition in your retail market. So if you don't own Farming Simulator and you want to start with the Highlands Fishing expansion as well, then the Highland Fishing edition is the right thing for you.
Yeah, and so let's see if we can see, like, is there any footage more of like a more picture? Here we go. Let's look at the fish tanks. So this is the fish breeding part of the aquaculture. Just remember,
we already saw this, but I think oh, okay, nice.
I want to say quickly, we already saw it sometimes. Work in progress, everyone.
We already saw this a few times now, but I think we made sure that with the fishing aspect of the aquaculture, we made sure that there are some new gameplay features in there, like the breeding thing, like the bringing all things to the harbor, and now loading it on a ship. So there are so many steps that it brings me more the feeling of realism to the game, what a lot of people like. And the Skren is also there. Don't know if we see this in action, but people like that. I heard that.
It's pretty cool looking. I like the lizard boat as well. You gotta love that. Let's watch this in action a little bit. I know there are like a portion of our players who want nothing to do with pallets in the game, and there's a portion of players who want to do like everything with them in the game. So for those of you that like handling your pallets, here's a cool little extra like mini game, if you will, where you have to use this crane and place these on the ship.
Right.
It's looking pretty cool.
Yeah, ship, boats. This is something also new. You already mentioned that. I think this gives the game more depth with all these things. I mean, we have different vehicles for forestry, for obviously agriculture, but the boats are a good fit for the upcoming DLC, I would say.
Yeah.
But it's not like we won't have any more farming tools and vehicles, so no worries.
Right. You got to have a little bit of both. Okay, let's skip past this now. Here we are looking at another one of the tanks now out here in the water.
So the process is you start breeding those on the production thing on the land, and then when the fish get bigger, you bring them to those bigger nets.
And of course, you've got to have these nice like stone buildings. It's fitting the atmosphere. You got like some older rustic looking sheds nearby too, as we're looking here at an agri spread.
Yeah, this is also something special because people asked for more vehicles or more tools that help us. And the Agri Spread is now here with the expansion on November 4th.
Let's skim ahead a little bit more. There's a Bunning trailer. There's one part that, like...
Yeah, you skipped the part where everyone was like screaming. I think at FarmCon nobody screamed on the thing, and Stefan came back and nobody saw something
right there.
here, but
I see nothing. Moving on.
So there is something hidden, yeah, obviously. But can we talk about that now, Kermit?
Oh, you're the community manager. You tell me. No. So we have
nothing for now. We've seen all your comments about that, and but we can't tell you more about that so far. So yeah, I'm getting sweaty here.
Yeah. So in case you missed it, there were a lot of questions like, and this isn't that unusual that we show the map, the expansion at FarmCon, and like the third pack kind of went missing. So people were asking, like, you announced the fourth part of the season pass, but you skipped number 3. That was intentional, of course. And it's not like number 3 isn't happening. It'll still come out, ideally, if all things go to plan before the expansion comes out. You never know in video gaming. I don't want to talk in absolutes, but we're pretty confident. And yeah, so it's coming. We can't say anything about it. We're going to move on now and continue talking about Highlands
I'm
fishing.
I'm always saying to all people, it's planned for Q3, and Q3 ends with the ending of September.
And we have the roadmap to show you guys here in a moment as well. That's our next topic. So we'll be showing you kind of like what to expect in the coming months. We saw some hedgerows being put down. Of course, you got to have some hedgerows for a UK map. Now we're kind of seeing some of the other scenery. Looks like a production building there. And of course, what else do you have to have in a UK map? You got to have the left-hand driving. They say it's right, but it's on the left. So it's not right.
Yeah, it's so funny. I talked to so many people about that. And when we brought out the Hutan Pantai map, which a lot of people thought that it's located in Japan. We just say that it's East Asia, so we haven't implemented left-hand traffic here. But now we brought left-hand traffic, and there were a lot of people that were very excited about that. And I heard a lot of Germans that were like, I don't need this left-hand traffic. Right on the right side. But guys, it's for the atmosphere. It's UK, it's Scotland-based, as you can see here with the flag at the beautiful scenery castle. And guys, it's something new, and it's cool that we implemented the first time left-hand traffic. I would say
at least the American community and the German community can agree on the left-hand driving bit being not necessary for them, but definitely necessary when you make a UK map. Really excited as well to see us putting out a map based in the UK, because even long before I was hired at Giants, I've been here for 4 years now, it's been requested by the UK community to have a map there. And of course, other parts of the community too, they want maps in their location. As the game continues to grow worldwide, we have more and more people requesting maps in their areas. You got to have the birds, circling around as well at the harbor.
If you bring fish, they will come. That is what Horia mentioned here. So, yeah, some more liveness.
Someone said, can you implement right-hand drive as well? That's why when I play this map, like all my maps, though, not that this one's different, traffic goes off for me, and I don't have to worry about what side of the road I'm driving on. I can take up the whole road if I want. That's how I play.
I would say that's always the case for Farming Simulator. You can decide how you want to have your settings, but if you don't like the traffic, just turn it off.
So we're skipping ahead a little bit here. We see this train now. Lots of scenery. I encourage you to go watch this full video if you'd like to see the full thing. We're just kind of skimming through because, for sake of time, we don't want to.
It's on our YouTube channel with comment as well in German, but also with subtitles in English. And there are a lot of content creators and partners that showed the gameplay and discussed it. So, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. That's pretty much it for that footage. Of course, like I said, more information will be coming out for this soon. If you're looking for stuff for the third DLC, that's still to come. We're going to show the roadmap here in just a moment. So why don't we just not waste any time and go straight to it, huh? So here we go. So this is the roadmap. What's next? Benny, why don't you start?
Yeah, we start with patch 1.10. We already had this, so we will have a next patch in Q3. And yeah, we will have Straw Harvest, and there is an announcement I can bring to you guys. We will announce Straw Harvest pack on August 12th. Yeah. I just thought about it if I missed something. Yeah, in 2025. So it will come in a few weeks to you guys. It's a free download. It's a free DLC. Yeah, you can download it on your store, on your page, wherever you play. It's free. It's from Creative Mesh. Shoutouts to these guys. And yeah, I also met some of them at FarmCon. Very nice.
Everyone is kind of already used to the Straw Harvest pack over the last several versions of Farming Simulator, so a fan favorite, making its return to the game. And then we have the third pack still to come in Q3 of this year that is part of the Year 1 Season Pass. We have nothing else to say for it at this time. Sorry to disappoint you guys, but you'll be getting some information here in the next month or so, I would say, because Q3, you know, split it up into 4 quarters. That's 3 months each, so
soon,
you
guys,
do the math.
Soon, guys.
And then Q4, Benny, we just showed it, Highlands Fishing expansion.
Maybe go back to the content update 3.
Oh yeah, content update
nothing to announce there.
3. I forgot about this. So the AGI, the stuff from the AGI pack will be included as part of content update number 3. So the conveyors, the bins from the AGI pack make a return. It won't be the AGI pack this time. It'll just be included in content update number 3. Thanks for the reminder.
But there will also be some other stuff in content update 3, so it's not just the AGI stuff.
some other machines, some other changes too, right? All part of that next patch as well. All right, so yeah, into Q4, the Highlands Fishing, we just showed it to you. The expansion for those of you that already own Farming Simulator 25, the addition for those that don't, new gameplay, new map, aquaculture. We're going to Scotland, everybody. Let's do farming the Scottish way, and that is, of course, included in Year 1 Season Pass as well.
And we will have a content update number 4, of course, and an announcement for the Year 2 Season Pass. So then you can start figuring again out what could it be or what not. But this will all happen this year, 2025.
So as a reminder, Highlands Fishing is November 4th for PC and consoles everywhere. FS25 is already out. It'll be released on November 4th. Yes.
And yeah, just to comment, the order of items is not binding to actual release schedules and might change.
Perfect. Well done on the fine print, Benny. All right, so now we're moving right along now. This is the speedier part of the show. Let's talk a little bit about events. So you already recapped FarmCon. For those of you that may have missed that, if you're interested, go back and watch the beginning of the stream. Benny talked about that a little bit. We're talking more about upcoming events, and we're focusing on 2 mainly, but there's more than that still this year, right, for both of us. So Benny,
there's more than that, yeah.
Why don't you start with what is the biggest one of the year?
The biggest one, the biggest gaming event in Cologne, Gamescom. Join us in Hall 6 this year, and we will be there with Farming Simulator, Highlands Fishing. You can have hands-on on a demo. And of course, you can also have hands-on our publishing Project Motor Racing, if you like racing. This will all be in there. We will give out goodies. We will have some cool action on the stage. I will be on stage on Saturday and Sunday in German. If you speak German, you might understand this. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Gamescom because this is always like a big event where a lot of gamers come together and celebrate gaming in so many ways. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see you there. Speak to me, ask me questions. I will be on stage. I will be on the booth and talk to you guys. I'm really looking forward to that.
All right, there you go. There's Gamescom, and then right after that, I'll be at PAX West in Seattle, Washington, August 29th through September 1st. Not as big of a program as Gamescom, but similar stuff that we'll have. We'll have PMR and Highlands Fishing available there for you guys to check out. Same stuff that they're showing at Gamescom. And yeah, look forward to seeing those of you who are coming out. If you're a content creator and you're attending, and I don't already know this, please reach out to me because I would like to set an appointment with you as well to show you the latest and greatest things. But PAX West, always an interesting event, one of the bigger ones in the US, and always have a good time out there connecting with our fans. So that was it for like the most upcoming events.
Yeah.
But
I just want to mention something I've missed. We will have more horsepower than ever at Gamescom booth. Now we can discuss it, but it will be crazy what we bring on our booth this year. So really looking forward to it. Sorry.
That's awesome. And also thank you to JBot and the YouTube chat who reminded everyone that Farming Simulator 25 will hit Game Pass in August as well. So that's worth mentioning. If you haven't yet checked out Farming Simulator 25 and you have Game Pass either on PC or Xbox, I think August 4th, definitely early August. So just like next
early
week
August,
or so,
yeah.
It should be coming out. I don't remember the exact date, but very soon. Indeed, it will be hitting.
Right.
So now, moving right along.
What's next?
It's time for community artworks. I love this one.
I really love that one as well. We have a media section on our Discord where a lot of people send us their screenshots from the game or their artworks or their animals and more. But first, let's start with the community artworks. There I will give a shout out to those we chosen this time. Mika FRG, Lysandra Cranroy, L14, Gothic Matze. So these guys had impressive artworks or screenshots, I would say. Some of them added a few stuff, but yeah, I really love to see those people enjoying the game and making the perfect picture.
I really like the game screenshots, but man, there's an animal one, a real life animal one here in a minute that's my favorite. We haven't gotten to it quite yet. There it is! Look over Benny's shoulder there. That's cow.
Our happiest cow we've seen. We will meme this and we will give you an emote on Discord with that cow.
So adorable. As soon as I saw that shared in the Discord, it's been a few weeks now. I was like, this has to go in the stream. Look at that cow's face. I love it.
So I also want to mention all people that distribute some animal pictures. Lola Player, Dan Average, Midwesterner, Hurler Without Pajama, WPM Merlin, JF, Nikita, Mixler, Sausage Face 30. So thank you guys. We love that category in our Discord that people share their farm life, their animals at home, the animals they see or whatever, and really love those pictures. More of that, please.
So that cow, I'm back to that picture now. That's our face right now if someone asks us what the third DLC is. That's Benny. That's our reaction.
I would say we are the biggest we are the gaming community with the biggest amount of animals at home or at animals in the ownership of the players. I don't know. Because we have so many farmers with cows and goats and so on.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
my favorite picture was the small sheep on the other, the sheep on the other sheep. This was so cute.
Baby sheep on top of mama sheep, I presume. Yeah, that one's adorable as well, for sure. The sheep stacking challenge coming to Farming Simulator when? I love it. All right, thanks everyone for there you go, well done. Thanks everyone for submitting your pictures. If you're interested in doing this in the future, we have an animal section on Discord now that's open all the time. So feel free to go share your cutest animal pics over there. And then also before every stream, typically we'll open up a section for questions and sometimes pictures as well where you can submit stuff. So join us on the official Farming Simulator Discord if you would like to participate in those coming up in the near future. All right, so now's the chance where everyone needs to pay attention and has a chance to win. And unfortunately, again, YouTube, I'm sorry, you guys are awesome, but we can't direct message you on YouTube, so there's no way for us to reach out to the winner. So this is gonna be for Twitch only. How it's gonna work, we're gonna play, there's 3 machines that you need to guess. We're gonna play a clip about 15 seconds long or so. It's a little bit different than the first time.
It's different to last time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's different.
So last time it was pixelated and then became clear. This time it's going to be like really zoomed in and then slowly zoom out. So as soon as you think you know what the machine is, put it in chat. On Twitch, the first person to guess it right in chat will reach out to you via DM. Make sure you have whispers enabled on Twitch, or we won't be able to get in contact with you. All right, Benny, should we start?
We can
Everyone
start.
ready?
I'm also looking at the Twitch chat, so be prepared, and we start now.
Here we go. This is the first one. It's going to take a second to get started. So
I would lose.
I know what it is already, I'm guessing. I'm not. I have
No,
the
it's starting.
machines in front of me. I want to see how fast someone can be. It's a line. Oh yeah, the color also doesn't come into the picture until later on as well. So we're kind of throwing you for a loop, and then there you go. Well, the color is kind of giving something
So last
away
time-
right away.
Oh, so now we're just waiting. Everyone can see a John Deere. Yeah, there we have the first one.
Yep, we got the X9.
I would say it's Schultz modding, right? Because the John Deere is obsolete here. The X9 was right.
X9.
Or do you
I
have
would
someone
give it
else?
to. No, X9.
Schultz.
I'll give that to Schultz for that.
Yeah, I would write down the name on.
Oh,
the
so we're
Discord.
giving Plains and Prairies away, by the way. So we'll reach out to you and we'll ask you what platform and such.
If you already own it, maybe just share it with some friends.
Perfect. All right.
Cool.
We ready
Well,
for the
this
second
was
one?
the first one.
Here we go.
Next time, please. Yeah, full name.
Does the knob give anything away? Like, someone will like really impress us one of these days and get it like way too early. Oh,
Oh, that's more. They're all wrong so far. Ah, we're getting closer.
close. I'm not going to say it yet because I don't think I've seen anyone say it correctly yet.
Yeah, no one said it correctly like we have it in game.
There it is. Caboose, I think, is the
Yeah.
first one. I'll
Yeah.
scroll back up, but I think that Caboose was the
No,
first one
he's-
with the L1.
There were a lot of people with Volvo 180H. Yeah, with 180, but
Yeah.
L and H is important here. So, Caboose, make
Caboose,
sure you.
congrats.
I will put your name down so we send you your key tomorrow or today. We'll see.
And here comes number 3. Ooh, this is different. What is this?
Looks like some blades.
Here we go. The suspense is killing us.
McDonald's wrong.
Ooh, oh, it's green again. Look at that. This one's throwing people for a loop with this machine guesser because it's not technically a machine at all. It's a header here.
Yeah.
You got to get the
Which
model
header is
number
it?
right too, guys. I'm surprised no one's got it yet. John
Yeah,
Deere
they're
header.
now starting their game. Oh no.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
there
no.
it is. I see
there's
it.
it.
Lipex,
Lipex won.
the RDF.
You won the
35.
30.
All right.
Perfect.
Thanks everyone for playing. That's always fun to do. A little bit.
Yeah,
different
okay,
This,
this time it was a bit more difficult, and that is what we want, because last time the people were too good.
yeah.
so-
Yeah, those pixelated ones. They were like instantly. Most of them knew the brand sometimes, and then it was just getting
Yeah.
the right.
Then we
model.
started to make it black and white, but they don't care.
Yeah. I do like that segment, so it's always nice to have a little bit of interaction with you guys and give some stuff away. All right, so Machine Guesser is done. So now this is something that we did on the first State of the Farm stream, but we're going to do it a little bit different this time as well. We want to give love back to the modders out there and do a little mod spotlight again. So enjoy this little clip. Benny and I will be back after it's done. there it is. So that was our mod spotlight for this stream. Thanks everyone.
And all of these mods are already online in the mod hub, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thanks. No, I was just going to say thanks to all the modders who create stuff for our game.
Right.
You guys are awesome, and you keep the community fresh and exciting for everyone. Man, there are people that just live for the mods every day. Someone earlier was like, "Oh, great, no mods because of the live stream." Luckily, Benny and I are the ones who put the mods out. You guys would not like the mods, I think, if Benny and I were in charge. But we love our modders. Thanks, everyone, for supporting the community in the game. And thanks for supporting your favorite modders as well. We love to hear how much you guys are loving their mods. So just a way for us to give back. All right. So, Benny, it has come time for our questions for the stream. So we have a couple from Discord that were submitted that we're going to share, and then we'll grab some from chat as well. So if now's the time to put your questions into chat if you have one. Benny, I'll start with Connect Modding saying, are you interested in delving deeper into the Brazilian style of agriculture, as the country has a great power in this field? Do you have a vision for Brazil? Any plans with expansions, things like that?
Yeah, I really appreciate the work from Luis here, because he's already mentioned that we will go with him as a cultivator for the Brazilian region, and he already brought out some comments to us. So yes, of course, we know there is a big Brazilian community, and we are always working around all these parts of the community worldwide. So we want to make sure that, of course, some new things will come to the game from South America and other countries or other regions. But it's always something that we have to plan in ahead. And so I think we can say that I can't say anything about that we plan this or that now, but I would say there will be something in the future that might be something around South America or different things as well. We'll see. But I would say there's always like the drive to have something from all around the world.
Awesome. The next question is from Ritsukai, and it says, what are the chances for a new modding contest? So I'll answer this one. We have nothing to announce at this time, but just know that this is something that we want to happen again as well, especially as the community team. So we're working behind the scenes to, bring this back in the future, but nothing to announce for when it'll happen, how it'll happen at this time. But I would look forward to something happening for Farming Simulator 25. We're really keen to get this going again. And of course, as is always, subject to change. Anything can happen between now and then, but we get why you guys love it. We love it too. We want to see it come back, so the chances are pretty high. Was there anything? There was another one, right, in Discord? Or one or two more?
Yeah. Is there anything in the pipeline together with Creative Mesh? Yeah, we just announced Straw Harvest for 12th of August. So this is made by Creative Mesh, and it will come to Farming Simulator 25. And of course, there's also the question, will the AGI pack return? We've mentioned this earlier in the stream that some parts of the AGI thingy from 22 will come in the next content update for free.
Cool.
You're smiling. What was it?
I'll share it after.
Okay.
Someone sent me a picture. It's basically turning me into that cow from earlier.
Oh no!
From the cow
I just
picture,
see that in German section I have just 6 mentions, so I don't want to know what they. They told me I have this face when I'm talking about things that will come in the future, and I always have like this face. Then I don't know which one, but
that's what they.
Whatever.
With me, they used to say like Kermit blink if the next deal. It's like you're obviously going to blink during a stream. So well done, guys. Let's go to now YouTube and Twitch chats and see if we can find some questions from there. Just keep in mind that we're not going to be able to answer everything. So if we kind of skip over yours, Apologies for that, but we just can't answer everything for obvious reasons. When will the third DLC be announced? We don't have anything to share at this time, but earlier on in this stream, we talked about the roadmap. It is in the roadmap for Q3, so yeah, pretty soon, I would say.
I also saw a comment. I just lost it.
Here's one. Any events? Sorry to interrupt you. Any events planned in the U.S. in the future? We already talked about PAX West. There's a potential for another one later this year as well. And then, of course, with our cultivator events, we hope for plenty of meetups to be happening as well. What was
I just
yours?
saw someone that wants to see the crane from the boat in other vehicles features. I think you can say if our team already developed something on the boat, this might be possible for more things in the future. But I can tell you now, there will be that or this vehicle with a crane coming to Farming Simulator 25. But I would say this is something we have now on the boats and now might be possible for more things.
I see Big Beast on YouTube. This is the one I can answer. Can you add more American/North American configurations to the base game machine? So I'm keen to see this happen as well. We are limited at times of what manufacturers give us, right? So we put machines into the game in a couple of different ways. I'm not the most technical person to describe this to you, but I'll put it more simply. Either we get files sent to us from the manufacturer, like 3D files of they're called CAD files if you're familiar with that, of the machines that then we can kind of convert into putting in the game, or ideally we go in person and we have a 3D scanner and some other tools that we use to scan the machines. Now, we have that equipment in the US, but we only have 2 US employees. But the good news is we're both going to hopefully be trained on using this scanner in the future. So I'm with you. I get it, why the community wants to see more North American configurations, and that's something that we're striving to bring more to you in the future. So I can't really confirm anything one way or the other. Just know that we see that feedback, we're aware of it, and that me as the guy in the US and North America is really pushing for it as well. Anything, did you find another one by chance, Benny, yet?
I just saw some German comment, but I can translate it in English. So one is asking for a season pass, and if you save money with buying the season pass in advance. So I can say that all packages we bring out are always 10% off, usually when they're not released so far. So when they're in the state of being announced, and then until they release. And as well for the season pass, we mentioned today that we will announce the second season pass as well this year. So you always save money by buying the season pass instead of every pack or expansion on your own. So this is something I can mention here.
Cool. Let's see. Will you guys bring more boats with the fishing expansion or in the future? I mean, who knows? I don't have a definite answer for you on that one at this time, but it's always nice to see something added and then kind of, reiterate it on going forward. Mm-hmm. We'll, of course, see mods and things like that in the future too, but it's just nice to see it in the game. Who knows? Possibly. Have you some news for a next season of FSL? No, we don't have anything to announce on that at this time.
Yeah.
Will FarmCon ever be hosted in the US? Like I would say not FarmCon specifically, maybe like as an extension, but like it's already set up to be the way it is, and here's how it's different for us in the US. Benny.
But you can ask all the US guys.
Yeah, of course.
Come over to Europe, enjoy a vacation here.
There you go.
And
but like Benny and all of the other staff in Europe can easily go to FarmCon in Europe and work the event. If we were to do a FarmCon in the US, it's just me and my colleague Nicholas in the US office. So all of a sudden you have to fly a bunch of giant staff over to help run the event on top of this, that, and the other. It's more complicated. We don't own our own equipment to set up an event like this in the US either. We have semi-trucks that we load up and can drive all around Europe for events. So we're just in a different situation in the US than we are in Europe, because that's where the company started. Yeah. They've existed there for 20 years, and we've only been open for 3 as a physical location, 4 overall. So I won't say never, maybe in the future, But I think ideally with the cultivator events, doing these meetups, that's going to be the way to get out, collaborate, chat with people from the community. And then also we do go to gaming events. We go to PAX East in Boston every year that I've worked here. I'm assuming that'll continue. PAX West in Seattle, and then sometimes TwitchCon thrown in here and there too. So we do go to other events as well where we do smaller scale meetups with the community. So I would say that's what you should focus on, rather than expecting anytime soon for there to be a US-based FarmCon. All right. Anything else?
Yes. I'm just checking the chat again.
How many copies did you sell of FS25? The last thing that we announced was 3 million copies sold, but that was earlier this year, so no updated number.
Right.
Season Pass 1's already available. We showed in the roadmap. Season Pass 2 will be announced in Q4. Once it's announced, you should be able to pre-order it if you'd like. I think that's just about it. We're running out of time, so I think that we can kind of wrap things up here. So let's talk about what's coming up. We've already shown the roadmap. That's most of what's coming up, right? So why don't we just go back to the roadmap, as a matter of fact, and let's put that on screen. So this is what's coming up as far as the game. We don't have any information about like the next stream for you guys at this point yet. So stay on the lookout for that. But Benny, you'll be at Gamescom, and I know that you've already been working on preparations for that. Always a crazy time for the Giants staff at that event, but always a good time as well, I'm sure. So Gamescom's right around the corner for you, PAX for me, and we're going to have the third DLC and the expansion out before we know it. We'll blink our eyes, and season year one of the season pass will be complete. It's been a while. Driver 53, what's up, dude? Did I miss anything important? Well, you missed yourself being announced.
So. Yeah,
you missed yourself.
I don't think you missed anything. Guys, stay cool. We will announce the next pack soon, and hope you have a good time until then. And yeah, I would say you can wrap it up, Kermit.
Yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks so much, everyone, for hanging out with us. We know it wasn't all the leaks or the latest gameplay that you were hoping for, but we appreciate you hanging out with us nonetheless. We'll strive to do these, every couple of months or so at least. Really fun to do these just to kind of hang out with the community and chat with you guys and give back. So Benny and I will be back soon. Keep being awesome, everyone. We'll see you next time, all right? Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.